Welcome back to the Club House SMP. It's been a while. In between episodes, I've been doing a lot of building though. One of the structures I built you can see here behind me. It's a little pagoda, a little pergola, if you will, a covered area. Some may even call it a gazebo. We used the deep slate bricks to match the rest of the build here, and we also used spruce wood. We've got some walls here for support that go to fence posts, and we even have some fence gates up here, which when they connect do that curve thing, which I think looks pretty nice. And there's also a lantern tucked underneath. I made not one of these, but two. There's one at this end, which has a lightning rod on the top to keep the villagers safe in the iron farm. And I built one at the opposite end of the base for a similar reason. One is just for the aesthetics of it. I think it looks quite nice to have a vertical structure on top of all this pathway here. So we've got one here, but this one also has a lightning rod, and that's to help keep the villagers safe down here in the villager trading area. I have even more building to show you, but first I want to do a little bit of villager trading here. I put a pumpkin over the doorway to block line of sight to the villagers to help keep them safe, because I've been having a problem with mobs just outside the villager trading area here. I've been trying to get what is it called? Glowstone. I've been trying to get glowstone. I'm tired of the torch spam, and I want to try to replace everything with better lighting sources, including glowstone. We could also make a bunch of jack-o'-lanterns for light, but I much prefer using the glowstone. So let's trade pumpkins for emeralds, and we'll use all of our emeralds to purchase even more glowstone. I need to get that price down though. 4 emeralds for 1 glowstone is expensive. Alright, let's trade some iron too. I have extra from the iron farm. We'll give that to this guy here, the toolsmith, and this guy, Mr. Eyepatch. The weaponsmith also trades iron. There we go, and that'll give us more emeralds to buy glowstone. Let's take a look now at the rest of the building I did in between episodes. This is new. We've got stairs now that extend this way over to the villager trading area. I used to use that walkway up there, the one with the new covered area, and just come down the hillside here to the villager trading area, but no longer. We now have a staircase that goes from the main level up here with all the connected walkways, and we can use this to go down and down again into a little courtyard here that has a bit of a wall around it. You can see I don't have supports in under the stairs yet. I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this space, but I did fill everything in with the deep slate bricks, and that's gonna be the way it goes until I figure out how I want to texture it later. Nothing has been textured yet. Everything is 100% deep slate brick, and it definitely needs some complementary blocks to help break up the repeating pattern. But let's take a look in here. This used to be where the cows were. As you can see, I dug it out. So we have a bit of a skylight there. It opens to the air. And I had to move the cows out of this area. And what I did is I just tucked them into a little hole over here. So this is what's left of the herd. And I don't really like the noise from them, but I don't know where to put them. So they're just going to stay in there for a little while longer. And as you can see, I've been working on some storage solutions. This is prototype over here. This is prototype number 1. We've got mostly barrels in rows, 2 rows high, so that I can reach all of the barrels for storage here. And most of these barrels are empty, but I've been starting to fill some of the bottom ones here. And I've also left a spot for some bulk storage at the bottom where we have some double chests. This one, for example, has dirt in it, and as you can see, it's almost full. This one here is stone, and in time we'll have one for cobblestone and deep slate as well. And we'll move some of the other blocks into this area. And I think we'll use signs for labeling. So I'm planning to put a bunch of signs above the barrels. We won't be able to do it in the corner, but we can do it for most of the barrels so that we can label our storage. I've also got this area here in the middle. It's not a perfect square, it's one block different because, as I explained in the last episode, I built this whole area one block too short. So we've got an even number this way and an odd number that way, as evidenced by this opening, which is centered on this wall. And these two openings are centered on this wall. But on this wall here, we have an even number, which is why I haven't put anything into that wall, because it's not evenly spaced. I did fix that when I extended out this way. This courtyard is the proper number of blocks to match the rest of the build. And hopefully that won't cause us too many problems. But yeah, I don't know what to do with this center space yet. I was thinking of putting some farming here, or I might just grow trees. I'm not sure which one I want to do. I also thought about putting some kind of reflecting pool area here, like just having a nice nature scene in the middle, maybe put some growth in here. I don't know, bamboo, a little pond, lily pads, maybe even bring some frogs in and some tropical fish for the little pond. I think all of that would look very nice. But for now, I'm kind of using it as a functional area. So I've been stacking ores here and mining wood, things like that, things that I need to collect resources. But since I expanded out here, I can also do that in this courtyard. So we could start working on that in this episode. Around the rest of the base, not much has changed, but I'm enjoying the interconnectivity of all of these walkways and staircases now. We have this one over here, which I don't know if I showed you. It might be new. It just goes up to this level here, where we originally established a bunch of our farms and where we have our bee farm and our little starter villager house here, which we barely ever use anymore. Uh-oh, chest is filling up with junk. Yeah, we've got this area here and home to our happy guest, Mr. Lucky there. And I was thinking maybe we should take some of this honeycomb and check on our shop at spawn, where we still need to set up some candle sales. I don't have that worked out quite yet because I don't have string. But let's take some honeycomb and head to spawn and check on our shop. I don't think I have any honey bottles I can bring. Our portal is all the way over here, which seems like a strange place for it, but I actually like it kind of out of the way of the base. Yeah, it's kind of unassuming. You come out this portal and you're like not quite sure what's going on. Not much base building over here. In time, I plan to have a traditional style village in this area. Not a villager village, but regular houses for player folk. And I think that'll look cool. I don't think we can move villagers over here because of the iron farm. And right now, the villager trading area is almost exactly 100 blocks from this farm, so I can't move the villager trading area any closer. But that's another thing on my list of things to do, is make the villager trading hall a little nicer. Let's head to spawn using the nether roof. We'll go through this portal here. On the west side of the spawn portal here on the nether roof, it looks like some people have started to establish some ice roads. What is this, pale moss? That looks quite nice. What is this, Flue's portal? Probably. Yes, Flue's maker. What does that say? Flue's in Mercure. Obviously French, and my pronunciation is terrible, but yes, I believe that is his little abode that way, and more ice roads to more portals in this direction. This is very interesting right here. I'm not quite sure what the point of doing this on the nether roof is, but it certainly looks nice to have this nether tunnel that leads to your portal from spawn. And I don't know. There's an opening here. Yeah, I think a bunch of people live that way, kind of southwest. But I bet this guy right here. Who is this? Oh, this is Cat and Dog's place. I see. Okay, all right, that makes sense. And they are probably responsible for this little hallway here to spawn. It does look nice, very colorful. Here we are at spawn. I always like to come here and see what has changed. What is this? I see a fresh supply of netherite upgraded smithing templates, including one netherite ingot for sale. What was the price on that again? 20 diamonds, or 4 for 70. Interesting deal there. That would save me mining a bunch of ancient debris. We already have the upgrade templates, obviously. As you can see, we have 2 of them right here in our ender chest. What is this back here? Nether quartz? Okay, you can buy the ore, or you can buy the block. That's interesting too. I'll keep that in mind. Looks like there's a new little walkway here. This whole pond here is also pretty new. It has coral and tropical fish in it. It does look nice, but I don't know, this little walkway above it, kind of strange. Maybe this should be a bridge or something. I should maybe come here and work on some things at spawn to make it a little nicer. I know it's a kind of a big task and a lot of people don't do it. What's this? Spawn ender chest. Good idea. So this area here, this was supposed to be storage for spawn. I wonder if anybody's actually putting any resources in here, or if it's still just a bunch of empty chests. Yeah, looks like the chests are mostly all still empty. I need to donate, but I don't have a lot of personal resources at the moment. Let's go check up on our shop. So just over here to the side, just off the main shopping area, we have the bee shop selling honeycomb and honey bottles. I need to restock honey bottles though. I've been neglecting them. We have a farm for honeycomb, so that one's really easy to do. Let's see if we have any sales. Yeah, everything looks the same here. Do we still have bees in our bee nest? Yes, we do. That's fantastic. Looks like we have a few sales. Honey bottles, 3 stacks have sold. So that's 3 diamonds. Let's see if we can replace those. I have a few. Oh, I only have 2 stacks of honey bottles, but we'll go ahead and throw them here in this chest. And then I guess we should go figure out how we can stock up on these. Over here, the honeycomb has also sold, but I lowered the price. So it's now 3 stacks of honeycomb for a diamond. So it looks like we just sold 1, which is 3 stacks of honeycomb. So we can stock that back up, which makes it a full chest. Let's go ahead and put the rest of the honeycomb that we brought right in here. Kind of our overstock area. And pretty good. We got some sales. I need to come in here and maybe make some barrels. I'll probably leave them out in front of the shop, but I want to sell honeycomb blocks, so this block here, and I also want to sell the honey blocks. I think the honey blocks especially will sell because they're such a pain to craft. And I also want to set up a barrel to sell candles because I think that'll be popular as well. I just need to figure out how to get string. And I think we'll sell the candles in the uncolored version, and people can just dye them themselves. Not much else at spawn is new, I suppose. This moss looks nice, but there is a beacon here, I noticed. It's submerged, so you can't see the pyramid, but you can see the red beacon beam going up into the air there. I was thinking we should probably get a beacon at our base. We could certainly do that. Yeah, we could fight a wither. Maybe we'll do that in this episode. Building supplies. As you know, we explored a stronghold in the last episode, and the end is going to open in a few days at the time of this recording. I'm going to miss the event most likely because I'll be at work. Yes, I have a full-time job. So we're probably going to have to get the stuff that we want from the end. What was that? Oh, someone left the trapdoor open. Yeah, we're going to have to get our elytra and shulker boxes a little bit later than the rest of the folks. In fact, it might not even be in this episode, or we may squeeze it into the end of the episode. But in any case, I'm probably going to have to travel pretty far to find an end city in order to get an elytra. And that's what I'm expecting anyway. But that's just how it goes on a server. I can't expect everyone to wait for me. I like this view of the storage area from up top. It looks good here. Yeah, things are coming along nicely. We still have a lot of work down there to make it even better. But I'm going to like this new storage area, and we can finally move out of our hole over there. But I've been doing a lot of talking in this episode, and what I want to do now is head over to the nether portal and return to the nether fortress. I want to see if we can get some wither skeleton skulls so that we can spawn a wither and craft our very own beacon. I use this portal over here. This one goes into the nether instead of on the nether roof. We can use this one to travel and get ourselves some wither skeletons to fight. Let's just pop through this portal here. There we go, and I think I remember the way. Yeah, just down here. I need to fix that little staircase there. Wow, there's a lot of piglins here. It's a busy area. Let's head over to the nether fortress. You can see it in the distance there. Yeah, I have gold on, so no worries there. Oh, there's already some blaze spawned in. And we'll see if we can find some wither skeletons. I need 3 of their heads in order to spawn in the wither. Alright, let's cut through here. It seems like maybe someone has been here. We should check on our... Oh, that's not the way to go. We should check on our blaze farm too. I set up a little bit of a blaze farm over here a couple episodes back, and I want to see how it's doing. I doubt anyone's been using it, but it's okay if they want to. That's perfectly fine for anyone to come and use. I think it was just down here. Yeah, I can see some fire inside. It would be nice to extinguish that. Let's take another look at this. Yeah, we can go up there and get rid of it before a bunch of blazes spawn in. We just need to close these trapdoors. And we can put out the flames, come back here, open the trapdoors, and then go back underneath. We will get blaze spawning up above. Yeah, here they come. And they do kind of eventually pathfind over to this area, which makes it a little bit easier to get blaze rods. Is there any in the... Yeah, it's completely empty. The item hopper, the collection for the blaze rods. But I came here for wither skeleton skulls, so we'll just leave these guys alone and see if we can find some wither. We did it! We got our very first wither skeleton head. Spooky, scary skeleton. That's one of my favorite names for an advancement in the game. Spooky indeed. Okay, 1 down, 2 to go. I think there are some more wither up here. Yeah, there's one right there. Let's lure him down. Chance for another skull. Can we get 2 in a row? Let's see. Probably not. Nope, just bones. We did it! We got our second one! Where'd the other guy go? He jumped over the edge, I guess. Alright, that's fine. We got 2 heads. Now all we need is 1 more wither skeleton skull. Hey, there it is. Wither skeleton skull number 3. So I guess we're done here. Let's go ahead and find a place to spawn in the wither, and then craft one of those beacon thingies. When it comes to fighting the wither in Minecraft, the best place, in my opinion, is the portal in the end. But since the end isn't open yet, this is one of the alternative methods. We're going to let the iron golems take out the wither for us. So I've set up in here a bunch of iron blocks, and I'm going to place jack-o'-lanterns on top so that we can get some iron golems spawned in. I'll start doing that in just a moment, but this room that I dug out here, this is where we're going to spawn in the wither. I like to listen for an area that I dig out to make sure there's no lava nearby, and it's best if you have a bunch of this deep slate, because it has a better blast resistance than other blocks that you can find at this level, such as tuff or gravel. I'm not thrilled about the ceiling being mostly tuff in the iron golem room, but I'm willing to take a chance. I think it might be okay. So the wither will spawn in here. We'll place all 3 heads on top. In fact, we can place 2 of them in now. We'll do the ones off to the side. One up there and one there, and I misplaced one on the back wall. That's fine, we'll get that one back. So we just need to place one more head to spawn in the wither here. And let's start spawning in some of these iron golems. So I've got a bunch of carved pumpkins here, and we're just gonna place them up on top of these iron blocks so that we can get some iron golems. And I only have 6 placed out right now, but we're going to use 9 iron golems, and I think that will be enough. Okay, we just have 2 left to do here, and then we need to set up for the remaining 3. So let's just put one here. Hopefully the iron golems will move out of my way while I spawn in some more of them. There's one there, and I want to do 2 more. Let's put one here. And let's just do 1 more, which it looks like I have exactly enough iron and jack-o'-lanterns for. Yeah, this should definitely be enough. This room is quite large, though. I think usually I make smaller rooms. That's why you can't spawn all the iron golems in at once. Okay, that'll do. Let me check back here. This is the fallback room, in case we get in trouble. And this room right here is where I've set my spawn and placed down an ender chest. These are the blocks that I dug out when I made the farm. And now it's time to spawn in the wither. Let's go ahead and place in the last wither skeleton skull. And then we're going to shoot the wither with our bow. And then we're going to back up through the iron golems and let them destroy the wither for us. Let's see if we can make this happen. Now, it is going to get a little bit loud. I'll put my shield in my hand. I'm wearing all my armor. And I've got my sword and my bow ready. Let's go ahead and spawn in a wither. All right, I just need to jump up and place here. There we go. And now I do need to stay here and wait for the golem to explode, and then I need to shoot his tail with my bow. All right, let's see. Okay, all the iron golems are in my way. I need to get the wither to come out here. Okay, there's the wither right there. 1 shot should be enough. Let's fall back here. I need to keep the wither advancing forward, though. Okay, I need to heal from the wither effect. And then it looks like we might actually have to shoot the wither again. Okay, there we go. The iron golems are doing all the work for us. We're just going to back up slowly here. Yeah, the wither's coming close. Hey, there we go. And we just got our very first nether star. That's what it's called, right? Yeah, nether star. Looks like the wither effect has worn off. The iron golems aren't taking damage anymore, and neither am I. Let's take a look at some of the carnage here. There should be some destruction in this room. Yeah, it's a dark room too. We should maybe throw some torches in here just in case to light it up. Looks like everything went well. This is where the wither spawned in, and there's not too much damage in this room. And then the wither came through here, obviously. Some of the iron golems took a lot of damage and some took none, which is interesting. Let's pick up some of these blocks too. They're nice to have, and we're gonna go collect our belongings, which we left in this room here. I think I'm just gonna leave all these blocks here though, I don't need them. And we'll take, actually we don't need any of this stuff, but I'm gonna take some of the tuff back because I've been building with it recently. All right, we've got a nether star, which means we can go now and craft our very first beacon. To craft a beacon, we need a nether star, 3 obsidian, and 5 glass. And we'll go ahead and craft a beacon, our very first. And I want to activate this beacon, but I need something. I need some kind of ore to activate it. We'll use iron. We have lots of iron. In fact, let's just grab extra iron. 6 should be plenty. I'm only expecting to need 2. And I've already set up a pyramid base for our beacon. This is going to be temporary, but I've gone ahead and placed it down in the new storage room on that center area with the grass. Well, the grass is covered now with iron blocks because that's where we're going to set up our beacon. I don't want the beacon to stay here, but this area here seemed like the perfect choice because we have the opening in the ceiling, so the beacon beam can extend up through the roof there. Let's go ahead and place in our beacon, and then we'll select the effects that we want. All right, we got some advancements there, bringing home the beacon. That's very cool. And what do we want? I definitely want regen. So let's put an iron ingot in here and select. Oh, I think we select regen second. We need to select the primary first. So we can do resistance, jump boost, strength, haste, or speed. That's a tough choice. I'm not planning on doing a lot of mining, so I'm probably not going to do haste. We can always change this later. I think maybe resistance or jump boost might be fun. Let's do jump boost. Yeah, there we go. We've got jump boost now. If I don't like it, I'll change it later. And then I also want to make sure that we get regeneration. There we go. We now have both effects from our beacon. You can see the little icons there in the upper right corner. Yeah, I don't want the beacon to stay here, but for now it'll do. I wonder what the range is. Let's go test it. If we go up the stairs here, how long? Oh, that's weird on the stairs because of the jump boost. Oh, yeah, I have some jump boost here. That's going to be pretty useful, actually, for getting up where the terrain is difficult. We can jump more than a block. There's the beacon beam right there. Let's take a look at it from the top. Yeah, there's the beacon. It doesn't fit perfectly nice in that little rectangular area down there. Almost. If only there was one more block there, but we don't talk about that. Yeah, we've got a beacon in now. That's cool. Let's see what the range is. Let's go down here to the new gazebo and see if we lose the beacon effects. It might take a second for them to wear off. It seems like we're still in range, even all the way down here. How far do we have to go to lose it? I still have jump boost. Can I jump? Yeah, I can jump right over the fences. Oh, that's going to be useful. I can jump right into the... Oh, nope, I lost it. The beacon effect has worn off. So this is the range right here. If we time it correctly, we'll be able to jump into our iron farm. But it seems like we have to get just a little bit... There we go. We got the beacon effect back. So the iron farm is just outside the range. Well, we've reached the end of the episode now, but we got our beacon set up after defeating our very first wither, and that's very exciting. I'll also be working on the storage room in between episodes, and I think I'm going to start texturing. so that we can break up some of this deep slate brick. There's just a little bit too much repetition in the pattern. And I'm going to be expanding the storage area. This prototype here will go in each of the 4 corners of the storage room here. So we'll finish this one, and then we'll start putting in storage here and over on this side as well. So it looks like we didn't really get to decorating the interior here with our little pond idea, but we'll save that for the future and maybe work on it next time. In the next episode, I fully expect the end will be open, so you can expect that the video will contain content of us exploring the end, looting an end city, I hope, and getting an elytra. So we've got that to look forward to. Thank you for watching this episode from the Club House SMP server. I'm Outnumbered, and I'll see you in the next episode. I said that already. It's fine, it's fine. I'm just going to circumambulate my new beacon. Yeah, that's the right word. Circumambulate. It means to go around and around, like this. All right, see you next time.